So, for those of us who do not know who are you and what do you do?
My name is Mav. I am a rapper, singer, songwriter. I've been doing it for 9 years. Um, Started out in California, came out here back in 2022, 2021, 2022, somewhere around there. And I've just been grinding.
Yeah. Where are you from? Well,
Uh,
you said,
Sacramento.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sacramento.
Okay. Great.
Yep. I was born in Roseville. And then around 8, I moved to Nevada and I was out there going to school and everything. And then once I turned 18, graduated, I moved back out to California. Yep.
Uh, Tell us about your childhood growing up there.
I mean, like it's dangerous out there, a lot of violence, but as long as you kind of know what you're doing, keep your head down, you'll be fine. You know, just keep to yourself.
Okay. So, when did you get introduced to rap music, hip hop music, and when did you start taking it seriously and start making music yourself?
So, I think I was always intrigued by rap. Um, One of the first albums I ever owned was the Marshall Mathers LP, and uh, man, I had a little boombox, and I would just play it on repeat, try to memorize lyrics, and that was just something I was really into. Um, and then when I got older, around 19, um, I was playing pool with one of my homies, and he uh, he heard me rap somebody else's song. I don't even know. I don't even remember what song it was. I think it was like a Lil Dicky song or something. And he just heard me spitting. He was like, "Bro, you need to write your own music." And I was like, "You sure?" He was like, "Yeah, brother." So that night, man, I don't know why, but I took that so seriously. And like that night, I wrote something, and then we played pool the next day. Smoking, chopping it up, and I spit it for him, and he was like, "Don't stop." Never since then.
That's crazy. So, when did you perform for the first time? Like, when did you do your first performance? What age
Hmm.
or whatever?
I think I was 21.
Okay.
I just blew up on TikTok. Things were going really well. Little local smoke shop out in Nevada. I showed the owner some of my music, and he was like, "Hey, I want to have you perform," and I was like, "Oh, okay." What should I know for performing? Because I've never done this. He was like, "Just be yourself," and I was like, "All right." And so I went up stage, and obviously, first performance, like it's not gonna be perfect. I'm over there spinning in circles, like trying to, trying to show the stage presence, but it wasn't there. I've worked on it over the years, and now that I hop on stage, it just feels like home.
That's great. What has been some of your biggest accomplishments? And these accomplishments can be outside of music. Like, what have you done in life that you're most proud of?
Stuck around for my son, and I think that is one of the most important things. Once you have a kid and you just stick around and you're there and you're supportive and you're present with your child, I think that is one of the biggest accomplishments in life.
Perfect, perfect. Um, so what has been when were you at your lowest point? Um, like what I'm asking is like when did you feel like you failed and how did you get out of that? Like how did you bounce back from one of your biggest failures? Like how did you bounce back from that?
So, when I moved from California to Nevada, because I moved to Nevada from California and then I moved out here after I graduated, I was homeless. Um, I lied to the person I was staying with that, me and my homie had a fully furnished home, and I left everything and I just went to Nevada. But, I didn't know anybody out there. I knew people, but I didn't know people. So when I went out there and I was homeless for 4 or 5 months. That was a hard hit, and then I started getting into bad things, cocaine. It was like it just it helped me, feel like everything wasn't so bad, and that I could still do it. Um, but I eventually quit that. I quit smoking. I quit doing everything, and I was like, I need to lock in, like I really do. So I got a job. I was showering at the gym. I got a gym membership, and I was just showering there every morning, and going to work. Saved up enough money, got my own place, and I felt like nothing could turn me down at that point if I've already dealt with that. You know what I mean?
Um, Man, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you waking up in the morning, every morning, and going toward your goals full speed? No detours, no delays. What keeps you going? What keeps you,
Hmm.
being as ambitious as you are?
When I do feel like that, which I don't always feel like that, it is my son. I think about the position that we're in, which isn't a bad position. I could provide for perfectly fine with the job that I have now and everything, but I want more for him than just growing up and being okay. You know what I mean? And like he deserves it. He really does.
Man, what is your philosophy? Like, what rules have you established for yourself that helps you get through life?
I think thinking practically has helped me a lot, especially when saving money. Because like I'm a collector. I do collect cards, so I have like a big collection. But as of recently, I've never wanted to build that. Like I want to leave it where it's at. I think it looks good. It's fine. And I don't want to build on it anymore because they're just sitting there collecting dust. So I think thinking practically has been one of my biggest. It's helped me. It really has. Just push forward, and I don't. It's funny. One of my favorite quotes from a movie, Kung Fu Panda. Um, Yesterday, what was it? What was it? Hold on. Yesterday was history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why it is called the present. One of my favorite quotes. And like you really got to live in the moment when you're with anything that you're doing. You just got to be present.
Man, I want to ask you, what advice do you have to that person out there, that musician, that guy or girl who is making their albums in the closet, and they want to be big, they want to be successful? What advice would you say to that person if you can talk to those people? What would you tell them?
Don't let the hate get to you, cuz it really does. Social media has an impact on whatever you do. Whether you think it does or not, when you see those comments or when you see those people and they're either dogging on you or they're loving you, and like you can have a million comments about how great you are, and then that one comment that'll just tear you down. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you.
What's next for you? What else? Do you have anything coming up? Any albums, singles, performances? What's next for you? You have anything?
Yeah, so I dropped a single on YouTube. It is not out on Spotify or Apple Music yet, but it is called My Dear Son by MAV. um, and then I do plan on dropping more music within the next few months. I do want to get maybe like a little EP out, um, but it's all a process. So we'll get there, you know.
So if people want to get in contact with you or follow you on social media, how would they?
At Mav Raps, MAVRAPS. Two S's on TikTok.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Yep. Appreciate you, brother.